Hello, beautiful people. Good morning and welcome to my channel, The Exigencies of Life. This is your girl, Patience and Okonkwo. It's been a while I graced your screen. I'm so sorry for not have been up to date with posting and all that. It's seriously not intentional. Believe me, I've got a couple of things on my desk that is really eating my time, but nevertheless, I will still find time, I miss the whole tight schedules and squeezing myself so I can actually put up some stuff on this very channel. So with that being said, I'm too cold this moment, so it's time to light it up. Okay, there's this challenge I want to jump into this very afternoon. I didn't really know about this very challenge. I got to know about it through my wonderful friend, my personal person. We call her Francisca the Super Mom. Yes, she's equally a YouTuber based in Italy. So she called my attention. I'm like, I would like you to jump into this challenge. And then I said, okay, send the link. Let me see. If it's something that I can do, I can actually squeeze time and get it done. So when she sent it in, I looked at it and I kept blushing all through. It was this challenge from this YouTuber, the Sylvia Ono. She is a Nigerian YouTuber, She made a video about her marriage proposal, how she met her husband. So I kind of like the very video because the Sylvia Ono got me cracked up all through the video. While I was watching it, I kept smiling, I kept laughing, So I feel like it will be a big deal if I share my own story with you. So basically, I'm here to share my story on how I met my husband, okay? So I will start by introducing my husband. He is, thank God, Chukwudi Okonkwo. Yes, that's the man I finally took. Okay, so down to the story, how it all began. I met this handsome. I met him in Olu. We were both like, what do we call it now? You know what you say, neighborhood. Guys in the neighborhood, okay? So he was just like a guy in the neighborhood. So I'm a girl in the neighborhood. So like we the Igbos will call it Ndowe, Nanda Ndowe, you understand? So he is staying with his elder brother there, Chidima. May his soul rest in peace. He has passed on. With that Chidima in my girlfriend's compound, yes. Machi Vivian Duru. My lovely friend, I'm sure you will see this video. I want to take out this time to say, just know that I love you and I still cherish you, okay? So, each time we close from school, I will always go to Machi's place, where they stay. So, I always go there. If you come to my family house, you didn't see me, you will definitely know that you can only get me in this place as a den, and it is in that Ami Feke Omola. Okay, what memory? This is just bringing memories back. So, I was in JS3, SS1 then, yes. My husband was in SS2, SS3, thereabouts, okay? Yes, but we weren't in the same school. I was in Urban Secondary School while he was in Bishop Shanahan's College. So, but each time our path cross, we just smile at each other, and if there is any need for him to say a word, it will be just calling me by my name, Peshi, that was how he addresses me then. Then I will call him Chokwe, then his name is Chokwe, so just like, we nicknamed him Chokwe, so, and then we'll get going. We weren't friends, but we weren't enemies either. We were pure, innocent children. So innocent, 100% to the core. You know what they say, innocent to the double to the Z. That is who we were. So we're just lovely children going around doing our stuff just like that, you know. So each time he comes back from school, he will quickly undress, do one or two things at home or thereabout. I really don't know much about his personal activities, you know. But I know that once in a while, anytime you see him, he's either he's on the move, he's on the go, or he's coming back, or is either, you know, stuff like that. So how we were. Little did I know that this day, this young man will be taking me as a wife. So, after my secondary school, I got admission into the Enugu State University of Science and Technology. And then I left Olu to Enugu to further my education, you know. So when I went to school, everything about thank God didn't cross my path again. Even when we were in secondary school, there was nothing about him that crossed my path. Okay, I get to know his type exists is each time we bumped into each other. But apart from that, we don't have a personal relationship or communication. It's just being on the heart patient way, you know, and we get going. So after my tertiary, I got a job after service, and then I was in a mini bank in what's it called again? In Owerri, yes. So I was actually there in Owerri for a couple of few months, running into 1 year or thereabout. And I never knew Chukwudi was still in the Imo State University, but our path never crossed. I didn't meet him, okay? So I left Owerri to Aba when I got my second job to practice my core area of specialization, which is journalism. So I went into broadcasting, became a newscaster, you know. So I was a young, promising girl whose future was more than brighter than you can ever think. So my goals were just to, you know, keep going forward and being the best that I can ever dream of. So I never knew that something else would actually come from that same Olu where I was living from. So one fateful day, I just went for a report and I came back and my phone rang. Who was it? It was my lovely friend, Ma. So I picked her call and we exchanged pleasantries. And she was like, Peshi, do you still remember this guy? I said, which of the guy? He said, Chukwudi. I said, Chukwudi, who is Chukwudi again? She said, excuse me, you don't know Chukwudi, Ishitokwe. Because there's a name we address him with, you know. There was the shape of his head was somehow there. If you call him that, oh my goodness, you've already signed for quarrel that very day, you know. So, but he was very reserved. He was just a man of a few words, even while he was a child. You hardly see him, you know. When you come to the neighborhood, you see some guys clustering together, girls clustering together, you know, discussing, chatting one or two things, but you hardly see him in that kind of circle. Probably because he's a child, he's the son of a priest or something of that nature. I don't know, or probably because he's the last among the 10 siblings he had. So there was a lot of factors that surrounded his upbringing or something of. See, he was quite reserved to the core. Okay, he wasn't actually the person. He doesn't look for trouble. So. And you hardly see him where there is quarreling, right? You hardly see him in that midst. So because of that, too many things kept him away from the scene where he could easily socialize with others. So for that reason, I didn't really get to notice him at all. So, you know, so we get going, you know. I said, okay, yeah, I remembered him. Okay, so what about him? It's been a while. I've not seen him for a long time now. It's been decades, you know. She said, yes. Okay, let's say it's been a decade, okay? So she said, yes. That, funny enough, he put a call through and was asking for my number. And he said he would like to have me as a wife. I laughed. I said, Ma. She was like, poor Joe, what do you mean? I said, okay, there's no harm in trying. I'm still single. Give him the number. Maybe we could actually run one or two together. If it works out, to God be the glory. And if it didn't, to God be the glory. We'll keep rolling. So that was how I sealed it up with Ma. And then she gave him my number. So one fateful afternoon or evening thereabout, I had gone out for a report and came back, and I hadn't time. I have to tidy my report because it must go on air that night, and I'm the one casting. So I needed to finish that and then go in, dress up and hit the studio before I go on air, 7 o'clock news. And you know one thing, it's good you go for casting with a relaxed mind than trying to gather things. You could actually mess yourself up by reading in between lines. So I was trying as much as I could to beat that time so I can hit the 7 p.m. without any distractions and maybe without any anger, being annoyed, because when you are behind time, your news directors and news managers and all that, they can actually, oh goodness me, they can actually say things that will throw you off balance, and then your face will look so swollen while you are casting. So these are the things I try to avoid. Each time I'm the one casting and I had to go for reports, and then that report that I went for must go on air. So I try as much as I can to do all I could and tidy up before 6 p.m. So I was in the middle of this very work, and my phone rang. Guess who he was? It was, thank God, it was my husband. So when he called, I saw the number. It was foreign number. I had no idea who that person is because the name wasn't stored. So I picked the call and I was like, hello, may I know who I'm speaking with? The first word that came from his mouth blew me off. And he said, hello, my wife. How are you? I said, excuse me? Who am I talking with? He said, my wife, how are you? It's been a while. At that moment, I lost it. I was like, excuse me, young man. If you are not ready to disclose your identity, then I will drop this call on you because I'm not here. I'm not ready for that TikTok, So he went on to say, hello, my wife. So when he noticed that I wasn't in the mood for that TikTok, he now said, okay, this is Thank God. And again, the name Thank God, I have not heard about that before. I was like, who is Thank God? I don't think I know you, please. Who is Thank God? I have a lot I'm doing. If you wouldn't mind, I'll hang up. He said, this is Chukwudi. I screamed, oh! I said, oh, there, I'm sorry about that. He said, goodness me, are you this? I can't remember the word he used, but like something like, are you this rude? Stuff like that. That was the way he coined it. I can't really pick it out now, but it shall mean, are you this rude? I said, you won't understand. I'm in the middle of something that needed to be finished, and I have less than 45 minutes to go. So that is why, please, if you wouldn't mind, can you call me back? Because I need to get this done. And I said, okay. So that was how it went. I went into the newsroom, and that was done. Then I walked out and headed home. Boom, he called again, and then we talked. Then the first thing he said was, my wife. I said, excuse me, you and this your wife? He said, I've been ignoring him since. Each time he comes, I would, okay, sorry, I missed the line. When Machi, my girlfriend, called me, she told me that he said he's always coming on FB to page me, but I've not been replying. I told Machi no, that he has never, that Chukwu have never, because all my life I knew him as Chukwudi, But in FB, he's bearing Thank God. So, and he's bearing Thank God Chukwudi Okonkwo. So this Thank God and the Okonkwo have not really crossed my path before. All I've ever heard was Chukwudi, or in fact, Chukwudi was even a no-no. It was Chokwe, you understand? So when he finally told me that he was the one that is always coming on FB, I screamed. I was like, oh, goodness me. Are you the young man that always come to my wall on FB and drop my wife? How are you? My wife, you are the one I will marry. Stuff like that. So I said, did you know that at a time my elder brother called me from Port Harcourt and he was like, are you okay? Have you lost it? Why will you allow a man to be coming to your FB wall and will drop my wife? Are you married? It's high time you told that young man to get off your FB page. And I was like, I've actually seen that, but I've not really taken time to go through the person's picture to know who he was. He said, you had better do. I don't want you to see that on your FB again. I said, okay, sir, I'm going to go look into it. And then I forgot again, okay? So within this space of time that I forgot, Machina came in with this very call. So when he finally called and said he's the one coming on FB to chat me up, but I've not been replying, I held my heart. I was like, oh my God, are you the one? So he said, yes, he's the one. I said, okay. So all this while, it's over 10 years plus. I've not seen you before. We are not friends when we were even in secondary school. And we hadn't seen again or by chance meet again to like refresh or rekindle anything you might have been nursing for me all this while. What happened? All of a sudden, it is patience you remembered. And then he hit me hard. He said, each time I see you those days in Olo, as little as I was, each time you walk past me, I will say, God, keep this girl single till I make money and marry her. When he said that, God, my heart went out, I was like, are you telling me that? He said, yes. That anytime he sees me, he just keep admiring me facially, but in here is prayers that is going on. And each time he sleeps, he will say, God, may no man marry her till I make money and come and marry her. As that age, when he was still in SS2 or SS3, roughly 15, 16 years, that was when he was making those prayers. You see? And I told him, so we've got scores to settle. All this while, all the prominent men have been coming around, and all this while, at a long run, it will look like nothing is working. It's your prayer that has been taking them away. He said the first time he called, that what he asked Machi was, is patience taken? And she said, no, she's not taking. The kind of joy that, if you've watched up to this moment, what are you waiting for? Click that red button, turn on the bell, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Even if you don't like it, still give me a thumbs up. Filled his heart, he can't contain it. So then we laughed over it. Okay, I said, okay, no problem. So now that you are here, what do you want? He said, I will go straight to the point. I want to marry you. And he would like me to wait for him till 2013 when he will come back. And I said, Oga, this is 2011. Without your 2013, that was March 2011. I said, Oga, is a no-no for me. QED, as in, I didn't waste any time. Not at all. I said, it is a no-no. As you see me, I'm a girl on the move. If I see any prominent man that is serious to go down with me, boom, I'm off. If you come back and meet me single, to God be the glory. If you come back and it happens that I've been taken, to God be the glory. That I'm not promising you that I was going to wait for you. He said, if God has kept me all this while for him, he will still keep me till that time. I told him, if God has kept me all this while for you, it means that you had better hurry up because I have another person. In fact, the date has been fixed. So he got serious. He laughed over it. I said, the only thing I'm going to tell you is, I'm going to give you a try, but I'm not promising you that I was going to wait for you. Okay? I'm going to give you a try based on this distant relationship. If it clicks, that if you come back and I'm still single, then just know that I'm walking down with you. But if not, my brother, I won't be blamed. So basically, that was how we rode the whole thing. Then around December, there was this guy too from my cousin, one of the South African guys from my cousin, but let me not go into that. Maybe some other day I will make a story about that. It's a whole drama on its own. He keeps sending me stuffs, you know. There was this latest BlackBerry Touch then that came out. It was that South African guy that gave it to me. So he gifted me that torch with one sweet, lovely gold word. There was so many goodies, you know, that came from him and I received. I never asked. I was just in the office and I got a call from the head office to come to the head office and claim a package from the DHL. So I was like wondering, what is this? And then I hadn't in mind of anybody who would, because if, thank God, whom I was currently talking with have done that, he should have hinted me a little bit. So I was like, who could that be? So I was actually in a fix. Could it be thank God? Could it be this guy? Or could it be this other, you know? Then boom, after wrapping up my desk, I went straight to the head office, just took a cab and got to the head office. Boom, it was from this guy. Oh my gosh. It was quite lovely, you know. So many beautiful things on this, anything you can think of. It was so beautiful. I got them and all that. So we kept moving. And then thank God will ask me, why did you receive that phone from that guy? Why did you do this from that guy? Why did you... I said, Olga, please, oh. So it got to a point when it dawned on the young man that I wasn't going to accept him, because I told him when he was actually pressing forward for my international passport so he can actually secure whatever for me for the wedding shopping and all that. So I told him it's better I let you know that this is not working for me. It won't work for me, okay? So he now went through my cousin's sister and said, if I knew I wasn't going to marry him all this while, why was I receiving all the gifts that he was bringing? And then that got it's okay, he said, like, my cousin's sister knew that I wasn't going to marry him, yet she allowed me to be taking stuffs from him. Then it got my cousin's sister angry, and she was like, why would this man think of this? So immediately I wrapped up those stuff he sent, you know, some of those things, those ones that are still not used, but the ones that are used cannot be given again, you understand? So everything that have not been used, both the bags and all that, I packed everything, sent it back to my cousin's sister, and then boom, she sent it back to him to South Africa. And the young man got it and he was amazed. He said, no, not like this. This is not what he meant. Blah, blah, blah. Then he's coming down, so we iron it out. We iron it out. I said, there's no need to iron it out. That I don't want to continue with this. I've told you before now that I wasn't going to. But you said, let's give it a try so we can maybe perhaps, if you get to know me very well, you might change your mind. Maybe thinking that gift will buy me off and all that. But then when you understand? If not for the statement of my cousin's sister, you know, and knowing that she actually came with a clean mind, and this young man made this comment and it's hurting her, I wouldn't have sent those stuffs, you understand? But I sent it so that he will know that my cousin's sister knew nothing about that. So that was how that one went. So when I sent those things out, the next week, right, somebody just called me. Okay, Chukwudi called me and said, I gave your number to somebody who will call you. Please respond to him carefully. And I said, okay. So I got a call from this young man. He told me he was at Abia Poli. When I got to Abia Poli, I saw him. He now said he's coming from Qatar, that he got some stuff for me through my fiancé. I said, gosh. Thank God he's already tagging himself as someone's fiancé. So that was how it happened. So I took it from him. I said, okay, thank you. I went home, boom. It was the BlackBerry Torch that was even higher than the one I got from the South African guy. And then it came with 3 necklaces and then a ring. And so I was like, this young man is not playing at all. What is this? So he said, that is to officially let me know that he's not just blabbing, but he said he wants to take me, okay? I said, why? I said, okay, but I'm still on it. If I see somebody who my heart wants, I'm going. So we laughed over it. And he said, now, there's something I want to tell you. He said, from this moment, I will be sending you my salary. Just know that if I send you that money, if you eat it, just know that you've eaten your marriage money. That what he is sending to me is nothing but just to let me know that this is who he is. That is what he has at the moment. No more, no less. That he's coming to me open. So I will see what he can afford and what he cannot afford. If I'm good to go with that, it is okay with him. But if I'm not good to go with that, I should better understand that that is just the little that he can afford and make my choice. So when he said that word, I said, it's only few people that would actually let you know what they're worth before you step into their life. And I told him, what if you are just not saying the truth? Maybe you're worth more than this and you're telling me this is all you've got. He said, there's nothing to hide. You understand? Okay, for the benefit of those that don't understand Igbo, it means you cannot cover pregnancy with your bare hands. Okay, no matter what it is, you will still know that this person is heavily pregnant. So that month ended, boom, I got the alert. It was from him. And then he called and said, did you see the alert? I said, yes, I saw it. He said, that is his salary. That the only thing he took away from it is 500 Qatar riyals. The rest is all he has, is what he's worth every month. Okay? This is what he worth every month. So if they give him this, that is what he sends back to me. So all he took out is just this 500, just to keep him running for the next month that salary will be paid. I took that money with good faith. And then I said, Lord, show me all the hidden things that I've not seen. If they are good with me, I'll walk along with it. If not, I'll take a walk and never look to turn back. And then we kept going. That started by March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So 2011, December 28th, he showed up. So he called me that he was flying down, that I should meet him up in Owerri Airport because he's coming to Lagos 28. So, and I was still working. Okay, I worked 26, I worked 27. So 28 I worked, but I switched my schedule. I was meant to cast 28. So my friend that was meant to cast on 27, I casted for her. So she took over from me for 28. So that was what happened. Then so I went off to Imo Airport where I received him. So when I saw him, gosh, he was so appealing, you know. There was no much dressing, very simple, but a little bit classy, you understand, to what he can afford at that moment. And that made me love him more. Then when I saw him, I remembered every aspect of our childhood. I started seeing him in his uniform, back then in Olo, you know, in his Bishop Shanahan's College school uniform and all that. So that triggered memories of how the setting, good old memories, how the setting was, and then we laughed over it. And then, boom, we left. We left the airport, and what happened? So we got to his hotel room and all that. Then he proposed officially with a different ring this time around. So when he now proposed, I said, okay, fine. I'm good to go with this. Now that you are here, As I said, whoever come and I found him appealing, definitely I'm running with such a person. And now you've come and you are appealing to me, I will run with you. So that was how we basically started. That 28th went off that way with that very proposal. It was a very sweet memory. And then the next 2-3 days, right? I can't really remember, but I think yes. The next 2-3 days, we didn't really waste much time off. We went to Olu to go and meet with my parents. And then he made his intentions known to them. Then my parents had a couple questions and all that. And then he said, he now dropped something on the table and said, this is what I want you to start running with. Anything possible you can run, because I need to get this done before February 29. Okay? So basically, I met him. That's the day I met him one-on-one. He proposed officially. And then like 2 days or 3 days, we went straight to see my parents. And boom, that's it. So there was nothing much, but we just felt like we had God, we had faith, we had love. So that was how we rode. On the 1st of February, yes, on the 1st of February, I wedded traditionally. And on the 8th of February, I did a court wedding. And then the second week, all that week was just running around, gathering 1 or 2 things for him to leave. Then 28th or 24th, 24th of February, yes, not 28th, 24th of February, he went off and went back to his base. And then Patience was all alone, you know, but very happy. And I saw a very wonderful future and all that. So we kept rolling. I stayed February, February was already gone, right? March, April, May, June, July, August, September. My visa, I think my visa came out around June. So August, September, and September 24th, I left Nigeria to Qatar. So, that is me here in Qatar right now with him. And this union has been blessed immensely. Like, beyond my expectations, beyond what ordinary eyes could see. We have actually been blessed with twins, with one, so many beautiful things, and more are still coming. So we thank God for the success of this union. I will know it's going higher, higher, and higher. So that is just basically what I am into right now. So it's really been a wonderful one, you know. This marriage has not really brought out kids for me. No, it has developed me personally, in my career-wise, in educational-wise. There's so many angles that God has really developed me through this marriage, okay? So what I thought I couldn't do, I am doing it better. Okay, so my husband has been very supportive equally. He's been so supportive, and he has given me a platform that I'm running with, all to the glory of God. More is still coming. Let's say this is the part 1 of those very clips. Maybe part 2 will be loading very soon. Okay, I want to say thank you for keeping it real with Patience and Okonkwo on this very channel called The Exigencies of Life. I'll see you some other time. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial. Ciao, ciao.